When we face challenges and have things that come against us, it's easy to start dreading it, thinking, this is going to be so hard. How am I going to make it through this treatment? How can I deal with this child that's off course? How can I accomplish this dream? I don't have the resources, the connections. And yes, there are seasons where we have to endure, do the right thing when it's hard. But there are also times that God will step in and make it easier than it looks. The scripture says He goes before us and makes the crooked places straight. That means what should be overwhelming is no problem at all. What looks complicated, you don't see a solution, suddenly things fall into place. You don't have the connections, you don't know the right people, but out of nowhere, someone steps in and shows you favor. You thought it was going to be a long, drawn-out process, but it turned out easier than it looked. Now, you may be in situations now that you're tempted to dread. You've already decided it's going to be hard. You're gearing up to endure it. God is saying it's going to be easier than you think. There's going to be a supernatural grace, a supernatural favor, supernatural strength. He's working behind the scenes, making rough places smooth. He's changing people's minds, causing them to be for you. Now, you have to get in agreement with God. You can't go around dreading, making plans for it to be hard. You're drawing in what you're thinking about. If you're telling yourself you can't pass the course, this problem's too big, I'll never make it through this sickness, you're defeating yourself. Turn it around. Yes, this looks difficult, but God, I know you're still on the throne. You said your yoke is easy and your burden is light. You said you're making my rough places smooth. So Father, thank you that this will be easier than it looks. When we were trying to acquire the Compact Center, this place, we needed 10 votes from the city council members. There were 14 of them in all. We had worked a long time trying to convince them. We finally had the 10 that we needed. But 2 days before the main vote, one of the council members that was for us received so much pressure from the other side, he decided to be out of town. Him not being there was a vote against us. We were so disappointed. 2 years of hard work, it looked like it wasn't going to happen. I went to visit a council member that had been against us the whole time. He's a young Jewish man. I thought this was my last shot. I had my best speech prepared. This was going to be my biggest, strongest, most persuasive talk that I'd ever given him. I'd heard all of his reasons why he wasn't for us. I was going to go one by one and show him that that wasn't right. I walked in all fired up, ready to go. Just when I was about to start, he smiled and said, Joel, don't worry, I'm going to vote for you. I was so focused on my speech, it didn't fully register. I thought to myself, did I just hear what I thought I heard? I must have looked confused because he said it again. Joel, I'm going to vote for you. I nearly passed out. He went on to tell how an older Jewish woman had called the night before. She was a good friend of his family, someone that he really respected, but he hadn't spoken to her in over 20 years. She said in no uncertain terms that he was to vote for Lakewood having the Compact Center. It was that phone call that changed his mind. I had never met the lady. I didn't ask her to call. I went in there thinking it was going to be hard to convince him. I was going to have to give it my all. What I didn't realize is God had gone before me and made my crooked places straight. It was easier than I thought. God has the right people lined up for you. He knows how to change people's minds. He knows how to cause them to be for you. You don't have to do everything in your own strength, your own talent, your own ability. The Most High God is going before you. He's fighting your battles. He's arranging the good breaks, the healing, the favor, the promotion. Thanks so much for watching today. If you want to see the full message, click the link in the description or go to joelosteenkhotbah.com. We are praying for you and your family. It's going to be an awesome year. You wouldn't be alive unless God had something amazing up in front of you.
Stay in faith. We know God's got something amazing in store for you and your family. We'll see you next time.